Hi and welcome back to my channel. So on today's coaching video, I'm going to be talking about how to conquer your fear. And if you say I don't have any fear, you're telling the tale, because we all do, okay, of some kind. It may be something small, but we all have a fear of something. I have a fear of heights. I'm not even going to lie to you. I do not like heights. It makes me very lightheaded. It makes my heart rate race, and I don't like it. I have a true fear of it. I have a fear of scary movies, but we all have something that we fear. So I found this quote, and it says, "There is no more sure way to fail than to never try." I don't know who the author of that quote is, but I just thought that was so powerful and I wanted to share that with you. So let's jump right on in. So number one, name the fear. Sometimes merely stating what your fear is gives you the strength to deal with it. Say your fear out loud, write it down, or focus your mind on it. When you try to ignore your fear, it just grows. But when you face it, it shrinks. So you've got to face your fear. Number two, think long term. If you're an entrepreneur, you may be afraid you won't make the next payroll. But what's your 3-month outlook? Or the outlook for 3 years from now? Thinking about the long term won't fix your short term problem, but it can help you to think about it more objectively and then come up with the right solution. Number three, educate yourself. See, we're afraid of nothing so much as the unknown. If your fear is based on a lack of information, then get that information and knowledge that you need to examine the situation based on facts rather than speculation. There's nothing worse than when you have a fear of something and it's based on your speculation, because you don't know for sure. Educate yourself. Number four, prepare, practice, and then role play. The long-standing top fear in the United States is public speaking. What am I doing, right? Not in a setting with, real live people, but I'm still talking to you guys. And sometimes that can be very, very fearful, especially if you're just getting started on doing videos for YouTube or any social media platform. In many surveys, death itself ranks in the second place to standing in front of a group and opening your mouth. That can be fearful. You walk out on the stage and you see a sea of people as far as you can see. And let's say you've got tens of thousands of people and you're standing there and you have to give a presentation. That's enough to scare anybody half to death, okay? If your fear is related to your performance in a certain activity, then prepare, practice, and role play. Carmine Gallo, author of Talk Like TED, talked about Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor, who practiced her popular TED Talk, over 18 million views and counting, more than 200 times. So if you don't have that much time, Gallo says, he says that I find that practicing a presentation a minimum of 10 times is ideal. So you may not have enough time to do it 200 times, but practice it at least 10 times to get it in. Number five, visualize success. Athletes may imagine the successful completion of a physical task thousands of times before achieving it. This mental mapping ensures that when the body moves, it's more likely to follow its preordained path. The same practice will prepare you to succeed at whatever you're trying to achieve. Let me say this. You guys know that I'm a competitive power lifter. And so when you're sitting there and let's say Mary's up, Judy's on deck, and you're 2 out, your mind is thinking. And so what I'm doing when I'm waiting for my turn to squat, bench, or deadlift, I am visualizing the move. I don't know about anybody else, but I visualize in my head. I see myself getting down, getting set up, getting locked in. And I see myself taking that breath and tightening up everything and standing up with that weight if I'm deadlifting. Or I see myself tightening up when I'm getting ready to squat. And I see myself taking that breath. And all this is happening in my mind. And I see myself taking my breath. And I see myself getting down the bucket and powering up with that weight. And when I'm going to bench, I see myself getting the lift off from my coach. And then I see myself bringing that bar down to my chest and waiting for the command to push. And I see myself driving through my heels, squeezing everything and getting that bar up and locking it out. You've got to see it in your mind. And I promise you, if you can see it in your mind, you can pretty much make it happen. You can pretty much make it happen. But you've got to believe in yourself. So that's the key. You've got got to believe in yourself, but you got to see it in your mind. Number 6, gain a sense of proportion. How big of a deal, really, is the thing that you're afraid of? We sometimes get so caught up in the success or failure of a particular quest that we lose sense of where it fits in with everything else that we value. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Sometimes a reality is bad, but oftentimes you might find the fear itself is worse than whatever it is that you're afraid of happening. And I've done that. I'm like, Michelle, you have sat here and you have stressed over this thing for God only knows how long, and it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. So we've got to stop doing that, y'all. Number 7, get help. Whatever you're afraid of is something that you have to do alone. No, whatever you're afraid of isn't something that you have to do alone. Can you find a mentor or support group to help you through it? Athletes have coaches. Students have teachers. Sometimes friends, even if they have no expertise in the area you're struggling with, can provide the needed support to face your fear. I am a life coach, so if you ever need some help with whatever it is that you're dealing with, you can always reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's put a plan in place to get past whatever it is that you're stuck with. Number 8, follow others. Find a recipe. Are you doing something that has never been done before? Or can you follow the footsteps of someone else who has accomplished it before? Is there a formula for success? Has someone written a book on the topic, or can you tweak a formula from another field to meet your needs? Case in point, with this whole YouTube piece, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is go on YouTube, find videos where people are talking about how they got started, the mistakes they made, what they've learned. That way, you're not creating these mistakes. You can avoid them by seeing what's already been done. You see what I'm saying? So don't ever feel like you have to go it alone. I actually have a workbook talking about getting started in YouTube, creating your channel, coming up with content, lighting, cameras, background, all of that good stuff. You don't have to try and figure it out because the work has already been done for you. Number 12, have a positive attitude. 7, 8. Something ain't right here, y'all. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, this is number 10. I can't even count, y'all. Hold on 1 second. So, oh, I know what it was. I dropped my paper, and I kind of got out of sync. And so now, okay, we're good. All right, let's jump back into where we left off here. Sorry about that, you guys. This is what happens when your notes get out of order. So we're at number 9. Be willing to pivot. Okay, as the adage goes, if at first you don't succeed, what do? You try, and you try again. But there's also the saying, insanity is doing the same thing over again and again and expecting a different result, right? So if you're afraid to do something again because it didn't work out the last time, figure out why it didn't work and then try something different before you give up trying altogether. So I'm not saying keep doing the same exact thing. You've got to figure out what didn't work, and then you take that out of the equation, and then you try that thing again. And if it still doesn't work, you figure out what else can you take out, what else can you add in, but you don't give up. Number 10, focus on others as your motivation. I love this. There are things that we would never do for ourselves that we would quickly and fiercely do for other people. So Hiram Smith, the co-founder of Franklin Covey, once asked a mother in his audience during a presentation if she would be willing to cross a standard metal I-beam placed from the roof of one skyscraper to another. She said no. She wouldn't. He asked her if she would do it for $1 million and added that now there was a bit of wine and some raindrops falling. She still wouldn't. Then he told her to imagine he was holding her child over the edge of the opposite building, and if she wasn't there in 10 seconds, he would drop that child. What do you think her answer was? Under those circumstances, she said yes. She wouldn't do it for the money, but if you tried to hurt her baby, guess what? She was going to be over there with the quickness. Okay? So, and number 11, last but not least, have a positive attitude. In Brian Tracy's book, The Power of Self-Confidence, become unstoppable, irresistible, and unafraid in every area of your life. He asks, what would you do differently if you were absolutely guaranteed of success in any undertaking? Would you try more things? Would you keep working long after others would have given up? People who have positive attitudes are successful because they keep trying after others have given up. Okay? Having a positive attitude. Sometimes having a positive attitude is really all you need. So let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'll let you guys be. So today we talked about how to conquer your fear. And so here's the steps that I gave you. Number one, name your fear. You've got to name that thing. Stop running from it. And I can't think, Lord have mercy, the bishop's name escapes me at the moment, but he talked about how when you have a dream and you're running from something. I've had this happen before, and I'm running throughout this whole dream. I have no idea what I'm running and hiding from. I wake up and I still have no idea. He said, when that happens, stop running. Stop running, turn around, and face your fear. Face whatever that thing is, because that means there's something in your life that you're running from. Number two, think long term. Number three, educate yourself. Number four, prepare, practice, and then role play. Number five, visualize your success. Y'all, I am so serious about that thing. You got to believe it up here. And then that's when you can see it happening. Because if you can't believe it in your mind, then why should it happen for you? Because you're going to cause yourself to fail because you're starting to think negative. Number six, gain a sense of proportion. Number seven, get help. If you need help, get the help you need. If you're sick, guess what? You go see a doctor, right? If your tooth is hurting, you go see a dentist. If you need help with getting yourself together, you go see someone that can help you. It could be a life coach. It could be a best friend. It could be a family member. Whoever that person is that's your confidant, go to them and get the help you need. Number eight, follow others. Find a recipe. Stop reinventing the wheel. Number nine, be willing to pivot. Again, you have to, the saying goes, if first you don't succeed, try again. But you also have to remember, insanity is doing the same thing over and over, looking for a different result. If that thing is not working, stop doing that thing. Come up with a new thing. Number 10, focus on others as your motivation. See, I use other people to motivate me. I really do, because you learn so much from other people. Number 11, last but not least, have a positive attitude. Your attitude will take you so far in life, you guys. It will take you so very far in life. That's all I have, you guys. Thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time. And hopefully some of these things that I shared with you will help you to overcome your fears. And no matter what area it's in, we want to get rid of fear. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back. And there's nothing you can do about it. So don't even try, because I'm going to love you anyhow. Until next time, go out there, conquer your fears. You are bigger than your fears. I love you all. We'll talk again soon.